Guys, it's Carbonell DotA, and I'm going to go over this Slardar game that I played just because I think it's a really good demonstration of when the hero's good and how to play it when it's good. So you can see I went highest net worth on my teams from off lane, 7, 1, and 5. My one death is a really good learning experience mistake. It's like when your team baits you to a fight that you shouldn't show up to and then you die. Um, and I was the highest net worth in the game at the end. I was the highest net worth in the game for quite a while, until almost 20 minutes. So I was against a PL Chen, and when I picked Slardar, I saw Chen and Grim, which are two supports that Slardar can just run at with BKB, and they just die. So that's why I picked Slardar. And they didn't really pick anything that counters it, except for PL counters it in the game, but not really in the lane. We kind of crushed PL in the lane, so let's check it out. So starting items, I just go for the stats build.
Why aren't they doing anything? They're just
It's pretty popular right now on strength offlaners, 2 gauntlets, 2 circlets. I always do this on Slardar. It's kind of a meme, but you get 3 bash charges, and then you just chill and get your HP back.
30 seconds to game start.
Sometimes it matters. Almost never matters, because just having 1 extra bash usually is enough to change the tide of like first blood or anything. But it's always good to do, just to have it in your back pocket, you know.
It started.
So we go for the rune, and this is kind of important here. Instead of just walking back to my lane, I just walk this PL and dare him to walk past me. And forces him to TP to lane or to just be extra slow to lane, and either one of those he would rather not do. So this is really important. Aggro to your ranged. This is really good to do if you feel good about securing your own range creeps, and you feel good about punishing them if they try and go for their ranged creep. So there I was hoping my bounty hunter would kind of secure that for me, and he didn't, but that's life. And I always play around 3 bash charges. So here I can just walk the BL, he has to walk away. I get to go for denies, even if I miss them. I'll have the CS tab open. And I do pick up, with my first gold, Quelling Blade and Tango. Just having some regen in the lane is important. You can use your W to secure your last hits if you need to. It's like your only spell, really, that you're going to be using. I definitely don't spam it, but it can just be useful in some situations. So this situation is really good for me. I've got 4 creeps running at me, being aggressive, and we've got this bounty hunter over here who can basically try and stop them from pulling. So in this situation in your games, it's super important to take advantage of this, because when the lane equilibrium gets pulled back and you are stronger than they are, basically their carry should get no CS, or he should get ran at if he tries to walk up. So notice PL is nowhere to be found here, because he doesn't want to die. So there he is. As soon as he walks up, I walk at him. Securing all the CS, getting 3 denies, walking at him when I have time to. Last hitting the wave down a little bit. It partially builds bashes, but it partially just makes sure the wave isn't too big as it pushes into me. You don't want it to like shove way into your tower, you just want to keep it right outside your tower. So Bounty Hunter's not here, so I am playing a little chill. I will let it push into my tower a little bit. It actually would have been better to keep these 2 range creeps not in the tower. I should have fixed it. I was just a little lazy. But it's still going really good. They just haven't got a pull off. You can see the CS. This is just a result of where the lane is. I'm 24 and 6. This PL's 17 and 1. Chen's out of position here. You just press Q and run at them. On Slardar, it's really important to have some sort of sense of like where the opponent is allowed to walk up to based on what hero they are. And basically, this Chen cannot be here. So I kind of like bait it by building up my bashes first. And then he walks forward just a little bit, and so he dies. This is just a dead Chen, and you have to be able to recognize these situations and punish accordingly. If you're not punishing this, then you're just not gonna crush your lane as hard as you should. For items, I just finished my bracers. Only buy regen I need. Don't overbuy regen. And I always, on Slardar, pick up the Gloves of Haste if the lane's going well. It's just absolutely the best item to keep your advantage going because Slardar is scary when he has attack speed. So this builds into treads if you need treads. But as you'll see in this game, if I'm having a really, really good lane, I'll always go Midas and Slardar. Pretty much doesn't matter the game. If you don't, it basically helps you secure the game. If you know you don't trust your team, and I never trust my team. Pups. And if you can get this Midas for like 9 minutes, it's good. I think I get it at like 740 this game. So this is really important. Just keeping the creeps outside the tower. Again, want the lane to be back. I'm just trying to make this PL's life miserable. I try to drag to my range here. Usually I deny my range. It's always important to do if you can. And now this lane's going to shove into me even more. So this is the dream off lane. I mean, I'm tied with a mid, and I'm above my own mid in CS. I have 12 denies. This PL is super sad. I'm way ahead of him in XP. I hit 6, and he is like not that close to 6 at all. I think he just hit 5. So keeping it outside my tower again. And I do kill this wave so that I can get my Midas, because I think I have it once this wave is dead. Aggressive denying here, though. And basically PL has to jungle. You know, and this is the dream is off lane, right? And this is just a combination of getting the lane pulled back and keeping it back as much as possible, and you know, just taking advantage of a good lane matchup. Notice how Chen hasn't come back either. Chen just cannot be in this lane. So I have Midas. I'm not looking to be super aggressive here. That's important. I'll like force out a reaction, but with my Midas, I'm not like, ooh, now it's time to fight. I just want to keep farming, get my treads. I'll always get treads on Slardar from having a good game as well, unless like, I don't know, you have to have a really good reason to get phase. Like if you really think you're going to need the armor, or you really think that you're going to have a hard time chasing people, you get phase, but here would just much rather have treads. The attack speed is just so good. So buy myself out some more regen. Nothing crazy. Continue to farm. I don't mind pushing the lane in now, because A, PL's not always here, so he'll miss creeps under tower if he doesn't come back quick. And B, I can farm jungle in the meantime now. Once you have Midas, or whatever your first major item is, you can kind of jungle on Slardar. So here I'm just kind of poking for the Chen. I'm not looking to like super dive him, but if he's out of position at all, I will punish him. So that's what I was doing there. Keep the lane shoved in, and I do intend to basically dive this Chen if I see any opportunity, but I'm not going to like force it to happen. The guy's already shown that he'll step out of position or be out of position, so it's not going to take a lot for me to decide to kill him. So see, I see him here, he's kind of out of position, and now he dies. And I think you just have to recognize if you're that Chen that you get literally 4 shots. I mean, he has no HP items, he's got 3 armor. So he just basically can never be here and show while I'm like within like 1,000 range of him, unless he knows he has help coming. I Midas his creep here. That's really nice. And you can just kill these creeps behind the tower. I'm really not concerned. You can tell from my player perspective, I'm not concerned at all with what's going on with the rest of my team. We're winning, but see, I'm top CS in the game. I'm getting the tower for free. I'm free farming. And when you're in this position, you should not consider going to help your team. You just shouldn't. Sometimes they'll be owning without you anyways, and those games are super free, and sometimes they'll be struggling a little bit, and it's just not my job, and I'm having the freest game imaginable to go help my team who's not having a great game. My troll's having a pretty good game. You know, my mid's just farming. And, you know, I'm happy to let a couple of supports on my teams die and keep their cores occupied and maybe not farming as much as they would otherwise be. I blocked that camp just because I was planning on farming my way back to lane, and I didn't want to farm that camp first. And I'm just free farming. I pick up a blink here just so that I can fight, but honestly, I think this blink was a mistake because I don't want to fight yet anyways, even though I am super strong and have the highest net worth and am having a super free game. I still do not really want to fight here, and this is going to be the learning mistake that I talked about, where, okay, so my team called for a fight here. Somebody on my team, I don't think it was our troll who's like farming in the jungle, somebody on my team was like pinging, like, let's fight them, and I got my blink, and I was like, oh yeah, like I could show up to this and do something. And this is just the biggest bait ever. I should have gone straight BKB, I think, and then blink, because if I have a BKB, I never die in a fight. And as you see in this fight that's about to happen, I do die. And before you have, while I still have these items, I'm just killable, Kunkka uses his spells. This PL, I think, he only has a Yasha, so he's not contributing a lot. But, Grim, Night Stalker, ults, Kunkka spells. I do just die to these things. I get a quick kill. But they focus me down smartly. And, we have a bounty hunter and a lone druid focusing at Shen. I don't think we executed this fight that well either, but this is just so bad for my game, and this makes the game so much harder than it needed to be, is me dying here. I was so mad at myself. It is just a mistake that you never have to make. You should not show up to fights, especially in this area of the map. I mean, come on. Like, dead lane, anybody? And then my troll shows up, which makes it even worse. This guy's on pace for like a super fast Battle Fury, and he shows up to this fight and dies also. I mean, honestly, like, if we had lost this game, it would have been because of this fight 100%. I mean, we were just owning so hard, and this just throws our lead. So, I say, like, fuck it, I'm not showing up to another fight until I'm at BKB. And so this is what I do, is I just farm. And you can farm, with Treads, Midas, and, like, level 12, like, you can farm Ancients on Slardar. It's good to fire yourself a little regen when you do this. My team's fighting mid. Really not looking to show up to this at all. I do let my troll farm that camp. I'm not trying to like steal farm from my troll. I'm just looking to farm whatever I can and not die in the meantime. So it's nighttime. I see them kind of chasing me. I don't really want to TP anywhere. I really don't want to leave this part of the map. And we do kill this guy here. And it's just understanding the limits of your hero. I know that I solo pick off anybody on their team easily, except for maybe PL. Maybe he like just runs away. But with level 2 ult minus 15 armor and how much attack speed I have, I prep my bashes. This is super important. You have to do this. And this guy just fucking dies. He even uses ult, which is really bad for him. And me not panicking when I saw Night Stalker ran up here is super important. I just hung around in the area. He didn't have his team with him, and so we punished him. I TP'd mid here because the Night Stalker was dead, and I thought I could help. And I had pushed in top all the way. And we're chasing this PL. Remember what I was thinking here. I don't think we can actually get this PL. Get a good swap here, and I basically decide to bail. I'm really unhappy that I'm fighting here before BKB. This is like not what I'm looking to do at all. Like, I really just want my team to be farming right now. I want me to be farming. I want my troll with Battle Fury to be farming. Really, we're just not that strong right now relative to anything else. I'm keeping my eye on that fight because I have a TP up. I push up on him a little bit and do decide to show up. It's really all a judgment call. We get one kill, and then nothing else is happening. We're going to lose our mid tower, so I bail and go push out a side lane. So if you're ever going to lose an objective, please push out a side lane instead. Here my troll TP's top to where I was, which doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like trying to farm my BKB, and the guy TP's to where his other core is. He was mad at me, but what he did just didn't make any sense. So I'm really just waiting for BKB here. Do not want to fight them at all. And once I have BKB, I will be happy to run around with my team and fight them and kill them as much as I can. So my BKB's not here yet. I'm just not fighting. Get away from this Night Stalker. Still no BKB yet. I'm like, guys, what are we doing? So I finally have my BKB. Coming out, and I see that Kunkka was bottom. Need to push out mid. Pretty sure we're going to be looking to fight here. You can see this is where PL surpasses me in net worth, but I'm still having a really good game. I mean, this 20-minute blink minus BKB treads. Alright, so I have my blink. I'm telling my team, like, I will fight them if we want to fight them. Like, I'm fine with that. That's what I'm saying. We see this Kunkka, and watch how fast this Kunkka dies. One hit, second bash. He BKBs literally does not matter. This guy just gets shredded. That's what Slardar does when you're this strong. I mean, that guy's way out of position. I don't know what he was doing. But this hero just destroys everything. So we make the call for Roche while their mid's dead. Our Lone Druid does not show up, which I don't really understand. Not sure what he was doing. Pick up my Shard. It can be useful like against like PL, who's like running away, or just to like basically require you to take like a half-second less to corrosive haste somebody on like a pick-off attempt. So here we force them to react. Our Lone Druid doesn't show up until way late. I try and pick off the Night Stalker. Doesn't quite work, but he did ult. So now if we just kind of wait for that to be over, we should be strong enough to like go take the Roche. I was a little upset here because my Lone Druid had came and helped us. If he had just been there at the beginning when we started Roshing, we would have finished it before the enemy could like react with Kunkka being alive. So I don't know what he was doing. But it's important not to overplay, you know? We didn't force the Roche because our mid wasn't there. We were just upset about it later. Now I'm just hitting creeps, kind of waiting for my team to do something. You know, my team was not indicating they wanted to do anything for a while, so I was just waiting. But they don't have Night Stalker ulti. So I'm telling my team, like, please, could we, like, finish this Roshan? We see Kunkka bottom. You don't need a pick off here to take Roche when you're this strong, and they don't have their Night Stalker ult. Literally nothing's happening here. I tell my team I'm just going to start Roshing. The rest of my team goes bottom here. Another huge throw. I communicated that I would be Roshing, and I told my team not to fight bottom. And they all get caught and die. Which just does not make any sense. And this is why I go this Midas build, so that I can like solo carry games like this, where, you know, my team is just really dumb. So here they get away from us. I definitely do not want to overcommit, so I just chill. So now I don't have BKB, but... And we lost our Aegis, so we lost all of our advantage. We're down 5k gold here. And you can see the game's almost over. So what happens is we actually just win one fight, and then we win the whole game off of it. But it's really important that I was as farmed as I was. Like if I had played your casual like just get shreds blink Slardar and had my blink at some ridiculous like 10-11 minutes, I'm pretty sure we would have lost this game 100%. This hero is just better when you're strong to like play him as like a greedy core. And because you never know when you're gonna get teammates who just play really weird. Like I think I played really well this game, besides that one death where I kind of griefed myself. My team's like fighting them. What's going on here? I don't know why I didn't show up to this. I think maybe we were waiting for an item? No, we're not waiting for an item. I think me and my team are just not on the same page. Like I'm not looking to like necessarily like just start a random fight. Or like just show up to a fight that's already starting. The way Slardar wants to play is he kind of wants to, like you want to start the fight, you want to have bashes prepped and go look for them and find them and get a pick off to start the fight by like blinking and bashing and completely killing somebody who you find to start the fight. So I think I'm just farming my AC here actually is what I'm looking to do. This fight starts breaking around over mid, so I decide to show up. And it's really spread out, which is to our advantage. Also, our teammates had respawned. So this their team wasn't on the same page, so this was just us punishing it. So notice I'm not trying to show up to like fights where it doesn't seem good for us. And I will show up if it does seem good and like it seems like they're messing up. So here I'm just trying to farm my AC. By the way, when you have a shard, on Slardar and you take the 150 Slithering Crush damage, you one-shot creep waves with your W. So that's why I got the shard in that talent. Is it just lets you scale super well. So here we like win this fight. They kind of just like take a bad engagement while some of their teammates are dead. So they gotta just throw here. Like I don't know what this PL's doing. Maybe because it's nighttime, they felt like they had to try something, but we kill them all, and we just end the game with this with my AC and our lone druid and a troll. Like we take buildings super quick. So yeah, in summary, this game, play greedy if you're having a good lane on Slardar. A good lane for Slardar looks like weak supports that you can run at, plus like a not very threatening melee core on as the carry. That's what a good Slardar game lane looks like. You try and get the lane stuck outside your tower and hold it there, and then you just free farm. Pick up a Midas if your lane's going well. You can see on the player net worth, I mean at 10 minutes, I was way ahead, and I was ahead all the way until like 19 minutes, and then actually by the end of the game with the AC and winning that last fight, was back at the top net worth in the game. And yeah, that big mistake I made of showing up to that fight, I got blink. Honestly, at that phase of the game where I just finished my blink, what is this? Like 13 minutes. I was strong here, but if you can like die to any combination of spells in the enemy team, it's just still not a good idea to show up until you have your BKB. Like this BKB timing at 20 minutes, I mean after that I was just so much stronger. I didn't fight until then again, and then I just never died for the rest of the game. I wasn't afraid of like, the Kunkka boat. They didn't have anything that could kill me. I could basically go on any of them except PL and reliably like kill them. Unless Night Stalker's running over cliffs or something. So that's how you play Slardar, and that's what Slardar looks like in a really good game. So, try it out if you want, or let me know what you think.